You like the poetry, tell me what you think. Okay, Alexa, play. If you missed any of the poetry tonight, you can catch the recaps, the quotes, and the clips and Skin Poetry 1. Alexa, play. She acting up. Anyway, if you missed any of the poetry tonight, again, you can catch the recaps, the quotes, the clips, and the Skin Poetry 1 products, organic products, okay, on the different multiple platforms over the weekend. I'll put all of the recaps, the quotes, and the clips out over the weekend. I'm going to go ahead and get into the talk, okay, because this was a good one tonight. This was a good one. Again, catch the clips, the recaps, and the quotes on Threads, Facebook, Fanbase, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok over the weekend. I am not live on Threads during the live show because Threads does not allow us to be live, I don't think. And if I'm wrong, guys, please inform me because I'll include it. Okay, but as per what I know, Threads does not allow us to be live, so that is why I am not live on Threads. Okay, guys, who do we have joining us? Who is that? Blocko, thank you for coming in. I do appreciate it. Okay, guys, yes. So the poem tonight stems from one of my original quotes that I just did this past Monday, right? I just did it this Monday, and it ignited a fire in me to want to, just elaborate on, uneducated ignorance. Okay, the quote stated that uneducated ignorance is worse than ignorance. That's what the quote was. That was my quote for my Give Me My Rights, WRITES, daily podcast this past Monday morning. Okay, and this was, given a meaning, like I gave the meaning of ignorance, which, means lack of knowledge or information. If you look it up in the dictionary, if you need a little vocabulary, that is the true meaning of ignorance. Lack of knowledge or information. So the uneducated ignorance, poem is about those who not only challenge everyone when conversing about topics that they have no knowledge about or no information about. They are also jealous of the educated few that have knowledge about specific things that they lack. Get it? So they're ignorant because they have no knowledge about what the people in the room, the adults, I would assume, right? Let's just say adults, are having, a great conversation about something. And this person who lacks the knowledge and lacks any information chimes in and they give their input, but now they feel a way when the person that's in the room that actually has the knowledge and the education about the topic speaks. That person that does not have that becomes jealous. They feel a need now to prove themselves and challenge the smarter person. I call that uneducated ignorance, right? Now let me share something with you guys. I have an old friend. This recently happened, right? An old friend didn't really further himself in life. We grew up together, in the neighborhood that I grew up in. It was important to just graduate high school and then go seek employment, right? What do we have? Hi, Willie. Thank you for joining me tonight. I do appreciate it. Thank you for joining my live. Please be tapping the screen, okay? So, yes, the old friend himself, he didn't further himself in life, but during COVID, right? And we live in different states now. But so I connect with everybody through social media. All my old friends, people I grew up with, I love them. I still love them. The love never leaves, right? So this one is an old friend. COVID was here, and he was selling T-shirts and masks. What I thought was a dope hustle because a lot of people were losing their jobs and everybody was just trying to sustain their lifestyle and finding little ways to hustle that were legal, where they could bring some extra cash in. And I'm a very supportive person of my friends. All of them. I don't care what they're selling, okay? Hi, Quay. Thank you for joining me. I do appreciate it. Okay? Again, I'm a supporter of my friends. Now, I will say, I'm keeping it above. My friends, a lot of my friends ain't supporting my product, and I'm fine. Because if you have a good product, it sells itself, honey. right? But I support their kids if they have events and they send me something they want a little change or, you know, candy sales, whatever like that, you know, from where I am, you know, if they DM me or whatever like that, I support my friends because I'm all about, you know, let's all grow together. I'm big on that. I'm very, you know, pro culture. Let's grow together. Let's help each other out. You know, if you got an endeavor, I'm there for it. I'm here for it. If I know you and I love you and I know you stand on good and greatness, I got your back. I'm a support. You can reach out to Nadine Portuan and I got you. As long as I love you and I know you, I got you. Because I know what you're about. I grew up with you, right? So he was selling t-shirts and masks during COVID. All right? So I hit him up. I said, let me go ahead and make a purchase and support him because, you know, that's my boy. That's my man. You know. So I said, let me hit him up and support him, right? So I hit him up. Hi, Ditto. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate it. Thank you. Please be tapping the screen, send your love. All right, check me out, y'all. Check me out. So I hit him up, right? And I said, hey, what up, homie? Yeah, I see you selling something. All right, that's a good look. Let me go ahead and send you some money for that. How much it cost? And of course, it was overpriced. All right, you people need to go. Who is that? You people need to go. Oh, yeah, get rid of them because they don't even sound right. You people. Y'all, are you human? Anyway. So I hit him up, I support him. He was charging a little more than he should. It wasn't like he was no expert, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't like it's a dope t-shirt that I would go and make a purchase for because it's ill, right? But I did it because he was a friend, right? So I received my package, right? And what I received was horribly packaged, tacky wrapped package with items that smell like smoke cigarettes. How your stuff going through the mail, and if you smoke, you don't smoke around products that you sell if you're a smoker. I'm not a smoker. But if you are a smoker, you don't smoke around products that you're selling to your customer. Nobody wants to smell that. But I didn't say anything because, you know, it's my friend and it's probably his first time, you know, trying to do his own entrepreneur thing. I respect it. Okay? So, and then the mask did not fit. All right? It was too small. It looked like it was for kids and not an adult. But I didn't say nothing. He sent the extra large t-shirt. I wear small. I'm not a big woman. I'm very petite. Most of my size is small. My t-shirts be small, all of that, okay? So he sent the extra large, all right? Didn't ask my size, none of that. He didn't even have an option for a size. But still, being a friend, I support, all right? I wound up giving the t-shirt and the mask away to somebody that smoked them in a man or whatever, you know. Because, I mean, it was just support. I wasn't going to wear it, all right? It only had one line on it. It wasn't perfectly done. It was done a little cheesy, but still, I support it. Fast forward to today, right? And that happened during COVID, which was 2020, right? Fast forward to today. He tried to come for me. He tried to come for me online because we were discussing a recent incident that took place publicly. And he made a comment, and I commented on it, respectfully, right? And I disagreed with his sentiments. I disagreed. He wasn't making sense, right? And I said it in the most gentle way that a friend would tell a friend that they're not making sense. He started making assumptions about my safety, turned into a whole nother topic. My safety, all right, that if something pops off, I need to prepare. He was a psychic all of a sudden. All right, and it had nothing to do with the topic that we were on. I'm getting somewhere. Please stay with me, because this relates to the portrait, okay? However, I appeased him, right, when he started saying I'm not safe and all that. We're in a whole different state. He don't even know my lifestyle, all right? But, however, I appeased him by informing that, you know, the things that I own require protection naturally. So I'm good. I don't have to be extra. You know, the things that I own, it already requires protection. I'm already good. I'm proactive. All right? He got offended. He didn't get offended because I said, I'm already protected. Right? He changes the subject and tells me that I am not for the culture. Now, if you know anything about Nadine Portuan, she writes primarily for her culture. She thrives in the culture that raised her, okay? I talk about my culture. I'm for my culture. I'm all about my culture. But I'm all about all people who make sense, all right? Who can talk to me with some sense, all right? But the conversation had nothing to do with the culture, but that's what he brought because he was trying to find a way to win the conversation. Remember, uneducated ignorance, right? Lack of knowledge and information. So I caught myself defending what I know I stand on, right? And when I caught myself, that's Risky Biscuit. Hi, Risky Biscuit. Thank you for following me. I appreciate it. Okay, please be tapping the screen. Send your hearts. Send me some hearts. Show your love that you're in this poetic flow tonight. Listen, guys. When I caught myself defending what I know I stand for, okay, because I'm no nonsense, and I am a thoroughbreed, and I am very highly for my culture. Again, like I am for other people who do good things, who do things with grace, and who love God. I'm all about that. You know, I believe in decency. That is how I live my life. Even though I want to wild out sometimes, but I live my life in decency. Because I'm a self-respecting woman, and I deserve and I require respect, so I give it. You understand? So I realized that a smart person will go ahead and bow out. Although he didn't make sense, and he was not winning the conversation, I realized that he needed the win, all right? And I would let uneducated ignorance win. Why? Because he showed jealousy in his comments. All right, his flex was, oh, you talking about what you got. And I simply used that to describe to him, no, I have these things, so I have to protect it. So naturally, I protect me. I protect mine, right? But he tried to guilt me because of my accomplishments. Uneducated ignorance. I silenced myself during that conversation. He kept writing long paragraphs that made no sense, bringing up stuff that wouldn't even happen. He was just psychic now, right? He made these long paragraphs. They weren't making no sense. I deaded the whole friendship and I blocked him. And I knew this man, wow, a long time. Many, many years, decades, okay? His feelings stem from how he feels about himself inside. And I realized that it was no longer about me. Uneducated ignorance. This poem became the mind of the uneducated, ignorant person. Melissa Morgan. Yes. Sorry, y'all. That's classic. Okay, that's what this poem was about. I put myself in the mindset of the uneducated, ignorant person. That person that believes that they are smarter than the smartest person in the room, and they will interrupt when the smart person is speaking because they want to make the smart person in the room feel small and less than, because that's how they feel. That's how they feel. So that's all they know is because that's how they feel, and they had to dish it out. All right? He wasn't successful. He didn't make it, you know? And many people that are smart or educate themselves, you know, are victims of that from family and friends. And I'm one of them. Because in a lot of black families, not everybody gets a higher education. Now, that's notwithstanding the fact that college may not be for everyone. I know a lot of people that did not go to college and are winning. They getting it. They getting that money. They living. They have a nice life. They family good. You know, and college wasn't for them, but they made a way to pursue other areas of life that benefited them very well and successfully. You know what I mean? Thank you. I appreciate that. Okay? And it is true. You know what I'm saying? Many educated people are victims of family and friends when it comes to their education. They start to say, you think you better. I remember people told me I'm not speaking well, I'm speaking white. What is speaking white? Speaking well is being able to pronounce words correctly, articulate. That doesn't mean you're speaking white, because I know some white people that don't speak well. Let's keep it about. Okay? But I am a victim of that. When you go higher than what your community expects, you get attacked. And in the beginning, I'm from the hood, you know, natural for me to defend myself. But when I matured and got older, it was like, well, wait a minute, honey, this is something else. These are people that can't stand themselves. So because they can't deal with it, they want to dumb you down to them. Uneducated ignorance. So they will overtalk you because they have something to prove. And nobody cares about you trying to prove something. How about we grew up in the same neighborhood and I love you because we peoples. Our peoples are peoples. That's peoples. That's peoples. You know what I'm saying? But you missed your moment. You missed your moment. And now you're mad at everyone because you missed your moment. So what are you proving? That was your moment that you missed. What are you proving? Because I'm still going to do what I need to do for me and mine. I'm still going to continue to educate myself because growing doesn't stop. Learning doesn't stop. It's a continuous journey. Every decade or every day, something happens new. I even still learn new words, and I was a communication major. I write. I'm a writer. I still learn new words. But when you close yourself to that, and then you can't deal with yourself after you miss so many opportunities, don't be mad. Don't be mad, okay? While many people that I know did go and get more education, and some of them did not, they all still found ways to have successful lives. That particular person is not one of them. He's miserable. Uneducated ignorance. All right? You did that to yourself, not me. End the story, end the day. Yes. Yes, okay? So yes, that was what uneducated ignorance is about. It's about those people. Thank you for speaking the truth. You are very welcome. Thank you for joining me. All right, it's about those people that can't deal with the fact that they missed opportunities in their life, and now you come around with your blessings and the opportunities that you took, you know, and it furthered your life, your success, your career, you know, your living status, your capabilities, and they are mad at you because they didn't do the same thing. Okay? And it wasn't like the opportunities were not there. They just were not taking it. Maybe they were lazy. Maybe they didn't feel like it. I don't know what the case may be. But don't be mad at those that decide to go further in life and continue to learn and continue to walk through their journey so they can succeed, and get their life to the capacity that they feel is comfortable for them. That's all I'm saying. Now listen, guys.